Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Well, should I keep saying happy Sunday? Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club live Q&A accountability sessions. And we're here today to better our relationship with food, hold each other accountable, and hopefully by the end of today's episode, you will be able to take with you an actionable step that you can start tonight in your goals and towards your wellness and weight loss journey. Before we get started, I wanted to start off with our mantra because we want to start off with our week with intention and just good energy to start off our week. Now we have Wellness Club on a Sunday, especially so we can use this time to recalibrate, reset, refresh ourselves so we can start our week a great way. So we're gonna start off by saying, now if you like this mantra, please let me know, because I'll put this up like on the screen so we can all say it together. I am a proud wellness warrior. I choose progress over excuses. I choose discipline over delay. I choose healing over hiding. I choose better habits because I deserve a better life. I am not here to be perfect. I am here to be consistent. I am here to grow, glow, and transform from the inside out. My body is worth caring for. My future is worth showing up for. And today, I release shame. I release doubt. I release every excuse that has kept me stuck. I am strong. I am capable. I am committed. I am becoming the healthiest, happiest, and most confident version of me. I am proud. I am a proud wellness warrior, and I'm here to unbig my back naturally. All right, let's go, guys. So today we are going to talk about a few things. Let me get this pulled up. Sorry. Okay, guys. So today we are today, guys, we are talking about 5 weight loss mistakes keeping you stuck, us stuck, and how we can fix them today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next Monday, not next year, today. So, if you've been saying to yourself, I've been trying everything, but I'm stuck not losing weight, today's Wellness Club is for you. If you've been saying to yourself, I've been trying everything, I've been working out, and I still can't lose weight, this episode is for you. So, for those that don't know, I've lost over 60 pounds naturally, and as I look back, I realized I wasn't failing because I didn't care. I was making a common mistake that was keeping me stuck. And these are the 5 common mistakes that was keeping me stuck, and this may resonate with you. Today I'm sharing my 5 biggest mistakes I see people making, including myself, and more importantly, how to fix them starting today. I want you to grab a notebook, because note takers are action takers, and by the end of this live, I want you to be able to leave with at least one thing you can do starting today to move you forward towards your goal. Can you give me that promise? I think we could do that. Out of the 5, you could pick at least one thing that you could take with you for the rest of your life to push you towards your goals. So we're going to start at number 5. Number 5, we are trying to be perfect instead of consistent. Now, this is very common because we think we have to do A, B, C, and D to get the job done, to accomplish that goal, to see that benefit we're seeking. And sometimes that is not always the case. Most of the time, that is not always the case. When I lost my 60 pounds naturally, it was a lot of trial and error, and it was a lot of trying to figure it out. And my goal is for my wellness warriors that are watching, is to not have to go through all those trial and errors, and to be able to get to your goal faster than I even did, okay? So what I was doing was starting over every Monday, right? I kept thinking, okay, I messed up the weekend, I'm gonna just start over Monday. Oh, I messed up all weekend, I'm gonna start over Monday. Thinking that one meal is gonna completely ruin my routine. Always thinking in the back of my head, oh man, all day I did mess up. So what's the point of even finishing doing the whole week right? I messed up last week. I messed up the weekend, right? And then another one that I was doing was feeling like I ruined everything just by eating some ice cream sometimes, or even just by eating that cookie. Now, if you're someone like me that, I guess falling off the wagon makes sense. But if you're someone like me that like that one sandwich messes you up for the whole weekend, this is for you too, because I was that person. I was that person, like, I can't enjoy a trip to the ice cream parlor, or I can't enjoy my trip to Crown Candy or Trader Joe's if you're here in St. Louis, or wherever you like to get your special treat. And I would beat myself up about it. And then that would just give me a bad headspace for the week, therefore sabotaging myself in the process and having to feel like I have to start over every Monday. And I'm telling you, that doesn't have to be the case. One mistake throughout the week, or even one treat throughout the week, is not going to mess up your progress. What you do more often, what you do most of the time, is definitely going to be more important than what you do sometimes, once a month, once a week. But yes. Now, with this mistake, number 5, of just being more consistent over perfection, because that's what our motto is over here: consistency over perfection, is I like to follow the mindset, the rule of the 80-20 rule. And what that is 80% of the time, if you're doing good, that helps, and helps a whole lot. If you go to the gym 80% of the time, that 20% is not going to hurt you. If you eat right, eat clean, drink, drink less calories, eat less junk food, 20% of the time is not going to hurt you. So one meal doesn't ruin your progress, okay? And what I like to do is, I used to do cheat weekends. Now, how many of us have done a cheat weekend? Whole 48 hours of just whatever, right? Yes, me too. So what I learned with the 80-20 rule is doing one cheat meal. One cheat meal is not going to ruin your progress. A weekend may set you back, a whole weekend. So following that 80-20 rule has really helped me, and I hope that helps you too. Definitely write that down. One workout doesn't change your body. Okay? When I realized one workout doesn't change your body, it's the consistency of workouts that changes your body. So a lot of us, and I get this all the time, a lot of us like to spot correct our bodies, right? When I first started my 60-pound weight loss journey, I started over 230 pounds. I wanted to get rid of my stomach before my back, actually. So I was like, oh my God, what do I have to do to get rid of this stomach? Because baby, it was protruding. Okay, it was very dominant in photos. It was very dominant, especially when I wore dresses and stuff like that. And then when I got hip to the trick of like high waist jeans and stuff like that, oh yeah, I thought I was skinny mini, right? But it really helped me to realize that I can't spot correct my back, I can't spot correct my stomach. What really helped me was doing really good full body workouts and also using my own body weight in the process when it came to working out. You know, walking is a full body type of thing, believe it or not. You know, it helps build speed up your heart rate a bit, you know, in a healthy way. It helps your mind. That's full body, head to toe. Um, and also consistency. When you're the way that you're able to do better in this journey is that I thought every bad meal meant I failed. And when I realized that that's not the case, we have to do the 80% rule. 80% of this week I ate healthy. Okay? So the 20%, the 2 times that I might go out to eat, even though I'm still mindful, I could have the mashed potatoes, you know, if that's one of those few times that I'm able to do it. Or the fact that I'm mindful when I go out to restaurants can be part of that 80% rule of eating right. Just because you out, eat at restaurants, doesn't mean you're blowing your diet or your lifestyle change, rather. Um, and that's something I had to remind myself too. Like, oh my gosh, I went out to eat 3 times this week. But what really matters is what did I eat when I went out those 3 times? Okay. Did I drench things with a lot of cheese? Did I have a lot of carbs when I ate? Did I add a salad to this stuff or any of my meals? Did I have the good amount of protein in my stuff? Did I have dessert after every meal or not? Things like that. Or did I even drink a lot of calories, which is a lot of where a lot of our calories come from, is what we're drinking. And being mindful of that can change dramatically, especially once I stopped drinking wine with meals or drinking, you know, just drinking in general helped a lot with my stomach. Because I didn't know, and you can write this down as a fun note too, it takes a while for alcohol to burn out of your, or no, let me say this better. Alcohol can be stored in your fat a lot longer. So it takes a minute to burn the calories from alcohol. Um, so when I was drinking sugary drinks like me, I used to be a big Long Island person, Sex on the Beach person, stuff like that. So a lot of that already has calories, and then you're adding sugar on top of that. So once I got mindful of that, that helped me in my 80-20 rule. Maybe only once every 4 times I'll have a drink when I go out. Or maybe once, or maybe just cutting it out altogether. And then when I cut that out, swap it for water. That helps with my 20% good law, good law or rule. Okay. Um, so what helped me with that, which helped me to sorry guys. Sorry guys, I meant to put this on do not disturb. I hope it wasn't an emergency or anything. I hope you guys can hear me. Please let me know in the comments that you can hear me and everything. La, la, la. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So that was part of the 80-20 mindset rule that helped me fix those inconsistencies I was having in my weight loss journey. Now we're gonna go to mistake number 4 I used to have. Okay, so number 4 is one that I talk about all the time. Mistake number 4 on mistake number 4, you're working hard in the gym, but you're ignoring the main part, and that's the kitchen. Ignoring the kitchen when it comes to the weight loss goals is definitely going to be detrimental, very major in your wellness and weight loss journey. When we realize that we are okay, so when we realize that we are working out, but wait, I'm not losing weight, that is a clear indicator that it may be the food process. Why I say this, because when I was overweight, I think I was technically obese, over 230 pounds, but I'm short, so I was 5'4". I am short. I was 5'4". So I would be okay. So the reason I say you may be working hard in the gym, but it may be the kitchen that's the key factor in why you're not seeing your goals, is because shoot, that really distracted me. Okay. So the key indicator of why you may not be seeing your goals is because I was gonna say a story and now I'm like, oh, okay. So for the mistake number 4, you are working hard in the gym but ignoring the kitchen. And I'll tell you why I saw that in my weight loss journey of 60 pounds. I was over 230 pounds, and while I was that large, I realized it was definitely the food more than me working out. One, I was, well, not consistent in the gym, I will admit that. But also, I walked 10K steps per day. Back when I used to be that large, when I was 230 pounds, I would walk everywhere. Okay. I would walk to the bus stop, and then at work, I would always walk. I used to work at a warehouse, so it's nothing but walking, right? So, I knew from experience that it was my eating habits that was doing everything. So if I wasn't properly eating anything, and then me not realizing that it wasn't just the portion sizes, but it was what was in those portion sizes. So if I go to Qdoba but drench it with queso cheese, that was my mistake there. Being mindful of what I was eating. I work out 5 times a day, right? But what are you eating? You work out 3 times a day, but what are you eating? Are you eating at all? If you're working out, you need to eat. Because what happens when we starve ourselves, we end up bashing food as soon as it touches our lips. And that is going to hinder us because, one, you're eating too fast. So it's not, your brain is not giving yourself the signal that food is coming in your stomach. One, and then also it holds you back from eating effectively, because it's like, or maybe it's just me. Let me know if you felt this in the comments as well, where you eat once or twice, no, just once a day, and as soon as you eat like 2-3 different meals. So it's like you are consuming 900 calories in one sitting, and that's a lot at once for your body, for your stomach especially. So the question is, what are we eating for that day? Okay, I work out 5 times a day, but still not seeing results. So it goes to the question of, what am I eating? So we have to talk about calorie intake, right? Just like Lizzo said in the past video, it's calories in versus calories out. That's kind of what Ozempic is, and Marjaro, and a lot of these other weight loss drugs, right? But what it is it helps you not eat so many calories. But if we are able to identify what calories we're consuming, you basically don't need a drug to tell you that it's our mind telling us, hey, let me look at that label. Hey, how many carbs are in this? Hey, how many times did I eat this today? So for instance, a lot of us aren't aware that we're eating liquid calories. So we have to be mindful of that as much as we can, just by simply looking at the back of our labels, which I always suggest. When we're us wellness warriors, we're pretty savvy and we're pretty on point when it comes to what we're eating. So I always let us know to identify things and learn how to read labels. And if you're someone that's looking to read labels or needs help with that, please comment below or inbox me on all social media and I'll send you a label identifier. Or you could check out, I have a complimentary ebook where it goes through recipes. The inbox me word recipes, and it comes with a recipe ebook that has a label identifier in that. But yes, and then we're also realizing we can go to restaurants, but are we identifying what are our portions when we go out to eat? Are we getting a whole 10, 15, 12 piece wings with all the sauce on it? Or are we getting the fries too? Are we eating the whole portion of fries? Because they love to give us a bunch of fries when we get our sides, right? Or when we're getting our mashed potatoes, are we adding butter, extra butter? Are we adding sour cream? Are we adding cheese? That's 100 calories there, 100 calories there, 100 calories there, which really can add up. Potato in general isn't bad for us, but it's when we fry it in processed oils. It's when we add processed cheese to it. It's when we add processed meats to it, such as bacon and stuff like that. It's when calories add up. And are we identifying our liquid calories? Just like we talked about earlier, are we drinking alcoholic beverages with our meals when we go out? Are we drinking Kool-Aid at home? Are we doing real sugar-free things? Or is it fake sugar that's making us think that we're having sugar, but we're not? Liquid calories are such as, even with cranberry juice, orange juice, apple juice, those calories add up. And that's what I help my wellness warriors learn, how to identify labels. And if you want me to go over how to identify a label, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback on that. But also, it's the weekend eating that we don't think about as well. Sometimes what's helped me with that mistake is identifying, what am I cooking for the weekend? I try my best to cook for the weekend. So Friday, I try to cook for the next 2 days, or I try to think of a plan of what I'm going to do Friday, because usually during the week I have my boiled eggs, I have, breakfast and stuff like that, my oatmeal. So for during the weekend, I try to think of a plan for that too, because the weekend can throw us off. We don't have the job sometimes to distract us from eating so much in the morning or what have you. So we also got to be mindful of weekend eating. And it's just simply waiting 10 seconds. What am I going to eat today? Sometimes it's thinking of or having a plan, like my pastor said earlier today, having a plan can make all the difference in achieving your goal. So if you have a plan on what I'm eating today, even for the week, when you have a plan, like, what, this week I'm going to have chicken breast and this, or even for the weekend, this weekend I'm going to have salmon as my protein. I'm going to have salmon bites as my protein. I'm going to have shrimp as my protein. I'm going to make sure I add some Greek yogurt to it. I'm going to stomach up. Because someone told me today, they was like, man, someone suggested yogurt, but man, that stuff is nasty. Now, I ain't finna lie to y'all. Greek plain yogurt basically tastes like sour cream. So sometimes to me, and plus, that's a definitely a write this notes, write this down in your notes too. Sour cream has a lot of calories and stuff like that, and so, a lot of processed stuff or whatever. So if you want, plain Greek yogurt is an amazing substitute. Okay, ask me how I know, because my husband does not like Greek yogurt. Okay, but when I said I replacing it with sour cream, thought it was sour cream, he liked it. So sometimes you gotta swap it out, and you ain't even gotta tell people what it is. Anyways, so we're going to be doing, just healthy swaps. And if you're someone that's looking for a video on healthy swaps, I can go over that next week. Just let me know in the comments, because I am here for you guys. But also, one last thing when it comes to ignoring the kitchen is to making sure that we aren't mindlessly snacking. Now, this is where I'm guilty of sometimes. Mindlessly snacking. Oh, I'm bored. Let me snack on this. Oh, I'm craving something sweet. Let me snack on this. Oh, I'm having a stressful day. Let me snack on this. Oh, I'm thinking of a bad memory. Let me snack on this. Oh, I need something quick to give me some energy for this whatever. Let me snack on this. We will find any excuse for a snack. Trust me, I know. Okay? I was one of you. I was that. Okay? I snacked a lot today, to be honest. But I was mindful of my snacks. For the most part. But mindlessly snacking can hinder us from our goals as well. Why I say that? Oh, before bed, I'm going to, snack on this. Or after 10, if you're eating after 10 or 11, that is a no-no, okay? We try to stop the snacking past 9, okay? We try to stop eating. If you want to be a size 2T, as they say, by the wintertime, by next summer, cut off all eating any eating past 7 p.m. Me, I'm still working on that. Okay, so if you're trying to at least cut off your eating by 8:30, definitely no later than 9. That's way too late. But try your best, because trust me, I used to snack at like 10 o'clock at night. Okay, 10:30, watch a good Netflix or whatever, and I'm snacking. Okay, so whatever you want, you can do that's realistic. Like, okay, I'm gonna cut off eating past 8. What does that mean? That means I'm gonna make sure dinner is ready and ate at 7 o'clock. Okay, so then by the time 8 o'clock, you're not even hungry. Okay, or 6 p.m. That's really what dinner is supposed to be, or whatever. But what have you. But that is helping already. Now you want to make sure, when it comes to the kitchen, fixing this problem is easy, and you can start it right now. Okay, you guys ready to write it down? So you want to make sure you build your plate around these few things, these 4 things exactly. You want to make sure you have protein in your meal. You want to make sure you have vegetables in your meal. You want to make sure you have fruit somewhere in there, either a little bit before or after your meal. And then make sure you have, I'm doing all this. Make sure, first and foremost, have water. Okay, now everybody aren't able to drink bottled waters. I, for one, was going through a case of water, probably 2 cases of water a month. Okay, now we all know life is getting expensive, and it's going to keep getting expensive. I already know that. So I'm like, well, I don't want to keep going through these bottles of water, of spring water. And when I was being fancy, my husband loves Eternal Water. To me, Eternal Water is probably the best alkaline spring water you can find. And I ain't gonna even, if you inbox me, I'll probably tell you where you can get these for the low, instead of getting from Schnucks and Deerbergs and stuff, but get them for like $1.25, $1.50. But inbox me and I'll give you that detail. But these are probably one of the best waters. But it's, for me to get a gallon in, That's how much I drink per day is a gallon of water. Yes, a gallon of water. Okay. Start early, end early. But it takes me about, this is like a liter. Right. This is about a liter. So it takes me about 3 or 4 of these to drink for me to have a gallon of water. That's expensive. Okay. So what I do, free 99. Well, this isn't free. This is a free refillable. This is a refillable water bottle, 1 gallon. I did not start off with a gallon. Like I always say, this is my co-host right here. My gallon of water. I started off with a half gallon of water. So if you have to start off with a half gallon of water, do that. Okay? Start, because I know people that have told me, oh, I barely drink 2 bottles of water a day. You need more than 2 bottles of water a day. Okay? You're not 10. Okay? Ugh. Most of our body is made up of water. You need water to hydrate yourself. Water helps with hydration. It helps your skin stay clear and hydrated. It makes your hair grow and glow. It helps so much. Make sure you're drinking enough water, especially in this heat. It said it was like 96 today and it felt like 106. So make sure you have plenty of water. Okay? Now, if you're tired of water and you're saying, man, that ain't getting me to where my goal is, get you some green tea. I love this cup. Get you some green tea, okay? One, what I love about green tea, it sometimes replaces coffee for me. I don't drink coffee anymore unless I drink mushroom coffee or I drink Rise Mushroom Coffee. And if you want 15% off, I have a code for you. Or, well, Sade Monroe 15 for 15% off of Rise Mushroom Coffee. If you want to give it a try, it's amazing. I just ran out though. But green tea, you cannot go wrong with green tea. It helps your skin glow. It really helps your hair. It may be a little caffeine in it. I'm not sure. Anyways, green tea is really good for just all around health. And it's probably one of the most healthiest beverages you can drink other than water is green tea. But it definitely is a great thing to have. But to make sure those 4 things, if you fix those 4 things in your meals, you cannot go wrong. When I meal prep for STL Green Eats here in St. Louis, those are major what's in our meal preps. I always ask protein, what vegetables, or more importantly, what vegetables do you not like at all? Because what I like about STL Green Eats is that it really is a customized approach to healthier eating, because they offer options. So I'm like, I don't randomly get asparagus and I don't like asparagus. You know what I mean? Then, anyways. But having a protein, a vegetable, a fruit after, which really helps with digestion, especially the vegetables too, with the fiber, and water. Now, what really helps me, and I'm going to always tell you guys this, always drink your water before every meal. When you drink your water before every meal, it helps so much. I don't drink water during my meal. I drink my water before or after my meal. It helps with digestion. It helps the fiber move along. And if you're eating fiber every meal, you're able to be regular and able to flush out all the toxins from the day, okay? So that is my rule of thumb. Track 1 meal today. I want your homework for today, as you chose, well, we're wellness warriors, so we get things done. So I want you to track 1 meal today. What meal did you have today? And I want you to write down, did you have a protein? Did you have a vegetable? Did you have fruit today? Did you have water today? Did you have at least 3-4 bottles of water today? It's recommended half your body weight in ounces. So if you need to, I can help you with how to calculate that, or just Google what is half my body weight in ounces if I weigh 230 pounds. Bam, it'll tell you how many ounces of water you should drink a day. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to listen when I say, hold my hand, because I love you, and I want you to really take this journey and run with it. I want someone that's watching this today, like, you know what? I did that night, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and now I lost 20 pounds without even trying. All from doing these 5 tips from these 5 mistakes I've done. You can't out train your habits. You cannot out train habits that's keeping you backwards. Now, you have to make sure you maintain these healthy habits every day as much as possible. And what do I always say to my wellness warriors? Consistency over perfection. And you can't out train a bad habit. You can't out train habits that keep taking you backwards. So you have to make sure you maintain those habits utmost. Now we're on number 3. Okay. Now this is something that you could do starting tonight or starting early in the morning. What I like to do when it comes to moving, something about the UMA method, right? And for those that don't know, my 3-step UMA method is we are unbigging our back, starting with the kitchen. We're moving our body, constant movement, and we're also holding each other accountable. So part of that is we are not walking enough. So for mistake number 3, we are not walking enough. And that is something that we can fix starting now. Even just walking in place. I'm not going to get up because I got some shorts on. But honestly, I have, and if you haven't joined us already, check out my Unbig Our Back Step It Up Challenge, where we are doing 10K steps per day, and we're walking for wellness. So that's a big part of, I realized I wasn't walking enough. So I created this for our wellness warriors so we can do this. This is a free challenge we can do. Hold each other accountable, cheer each other on, and encourage each other. Like, this is my challenge, right? And I am not the big stepper of the group, okay? Yes, I'm getting my 10K steps in, but my girl is killing it. The ones that are like topping me, I don't want to say topping me, but are kicking my butt in my challenge, they're inspiring me to step my game up. So I just encourage you to join the Unbig Our Back Step It Up Challenge. And if you are interested, inbox me a step or shoes emoji, or you can inbox me the emoji shoes, and I'll send you the details, because it's a free, easy way that we can keep moving together. But mistake number 3, you're just not walking enough. And that's why I created the Unbig Our Back Step It Up Challenge. So we can challenge ourselves to get at least 8 to 10K steps per day. And then we can also earn rest days. Like, I walked for 4 days in a row, 10K steps. That's 40,000 steps. Just think about it. In a week, you can think about it. You're stepping 40, 50,000 steps in a week. You deserve a break, right? So the app allows you a rest day. So today's my rest day on Sundays. Daily movement is so important, okay? And also being neat, okay? We are not walking enough. Get you some good walking shoes, and you start off from where you are, okay? Because I need to invest in some really good walking shoes, specific walking shoes. And I find reasons to walk, like, oh, I need to go to Walmart and run some errands. You could do a quick 3,000 steps in Walmart just walking around, right? Or, oh, let me walk around the block a few times. Now I like waving my neighbors and stuff. So now when people walk and they like wave at me, I'm like, oh, I get why people do this. Because it's like, when you don't have your earphones in, when you're not on your phone, you actually have time to look up, and wave at people and smile at people and say hi. Okay? So in case something happened, you're going to miss it. They're going to be like, oh, I saw her walking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Also, a cool tip that I saw on TikTok was this woman. She's on her wellness journey as well, right? And she's taking up walking. And shout out to her. I wish I knew her name. But she said a good tip is, but please be careful, okay? All this is fair use only, and this is my personal advice that I'm just spreading the word about. That she walks on main streets on purpose because a lot of times people encourage you as you're walking. So some people are like, hey, I need to get like you, girl. Or good job, girl. Keep going, keep walking that strut. Because sometimes you be getting the groove, and then you be lost in your own little world. Then people really are happy to see you walk. And honestly, that encourages other people to walk. Because I used to see girls walk around my neighborhood all the time. And I always used to be like, oh, I can't wait till that be me. Oh, I can't wait till that be me. I need to start walking anyway. And then I finally said, you know what? I'm going to stop making excuses. And this was recently. Like, I recently started going from 3K steps a day, which you would think, but it wasn't that easy for me. But unless, I went to the gym and came back. But I started from 3K steps a day to 5K steps a day. Then I went from 8K steps a day. And now I'm at 10K steps a day. So no matter where you need to start, starting is better than not doing it at all because it really does add up. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can check out the old videos. But I have lost weight since January. Thank you, God. So I'm planning on. And people ask me, well, Sade, you done losing weight, right? Just because I lost 60 pounds before doesn't mean it's still 60 pounds down now, okay? I am still on a journey to unbig my back naturally as well. That's why for Shay's Wellness Club, my challenges are unbig our back. Our back, because even our pastor said it today. That Sade's doing an unbig my back challenge. I said our back, because I'm part of this too, okay? I still got a roll. See? I still got a roll back there I got to work on. But yes, making sure that we get our steps in. So that was mistake number 3. With me, I used to think every workout had to leave me exhausted, okay? But then when I realized movement is more important than anything, getting your heart rate up just a little bit, it doesn't have to be crazy like the Stairmaster every day. And sometimes you can overexhaust yourself. So I want a beginner to feel like they can do these challenges with ease as well. So I want you to get out there and walk. I try to, in a nice, not a nice neighborhood, but in a neighborhood if you're comfortable in your neighborhood walking, do that. If you're able to go to a local park, do that. Being out in nature is like innate in us. We're meant to walk in nature, appreciate nature, seeing stuff out and seeing how animals work and just seeing the beauty in life. Sometimes that walk can be that next step for you thinking of your next business idea, thinking of how you're going to present a promotion to your boss, how you can make a company better, how you can make your marriage better, how you can do better for your kids, your next idea to how to organize your house, how to clean better. Anything. When you're out there walking, it's just you, nature, and God. So I encourage you to step out and take a walk today. Or take a walk early in the morning, before it gets too hot. Okay? I don't need y'all passing out. And make sure y'all get you some water. Grab you a water, get you a good pace going. Stuff like that. So for number 3, basically is to walk more. That's it. Do you think you can do that? I think you could do that. Okay, for number 3 is to walk more. Walking more is free. It is doable starting today. You could walk in place and watch a whole TV show. You don't even need a Stairmaster. You don't need an incline on a elliptical or anything, okay? Or a walker. You know what I'm trying to say. So I want someone to go after this live and take 10 to 15 minutes and walk after dinner tonight. Take a friend, take a neighbor that you're cool with, take your partner, your man, your lady, and let's say let's go for a walk. And it don't need to take long, just 10, 15 minutes to walk around the block, come back after dinner. Once you learn that, taking a walk after dinner, after every meal if you could, that's really going to be great because it helps you digest faster, digest better, and help you get regulated as well as possible. That's why I created the Unbig Our Back Step Up Challenge, where your steps add up. And once you look at the app, it's fun to look at because there's someone that's inspiring you to do better. And also you're inspiring someone to do better because someone probably couldn't get to 5K steps. Someone couldn't get to 2K steps that day. Okay. So be there and show some love and stuff, And also I show and I post my walks too. Sometimes I don't always make it to 10K. Sometimes at 11:55, I got to get 100 steps in like 5 minutes to get to my 10K. But it's worth it, okay? And it's fun. So check out the challenge and inbox me challenge or comment challenge below and I can give you that information. So walking, let me just let y'all know this. Walking isn't easy because it doesn't work. Walking isn't easy because it doesn't work. It's powerful because you can actually stay consistent with it. Just think, 15 minutes after each meal. 15 minutes 3 times, that's over an hour. So, and a lot of times when I look at my phone, 2 hours of walking or an hour of walking is already 5 to 8K per day anyway. So once you keep your phone on you, or you can attach it to your watch, and it'll keep track of your steps that way for the challenge. So I'll see you in the challenge. And I hope you can do that 15-minute walk today. Now we are on mistake number 2. I'm trying to stay within time. I got you. So mistake number 2 that I realized that was holding me back, one of my mistakes was I was trying to do this alone. I was trying to do this wellness journey all by myself, thinking that no one cares, people making fun of me, I'm thinking that I was too much in my head about it. I don't want to tell people because if I do and they ask and I didn't do it, I'd feel bad. But you have to think about it in a different way sometimes. When I told someone out loud, now, did I tell them how much I wanted to lose? I didn't. But, at least not early on. But when I told people, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm on a wellness journey, people held me accountable in a good way. How so, Sade? So, say, people would see me eat healthy every day at work. So it's like, wow, you meal prep? That's really awesome. When people, was giving me compliments on even how good my food was smelling in the break room, or even when people was letting me know how good my food was smelling in the break room, I like compliments, okay? Me, I'm someone that thrives off of compliments, genuine compliments. So when I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep bringing my meals here. I got people open to, wow, what meatloaf? How is it no beef? It's turkey meatloaf? I never had that before. I'm gonna have to try that. Or, I'm used to frying my fish, always frying my chicken. Let me try baked. That smells good. That looks good. You could be that inspiration for someone else. So what helped me was I was tired of doing it alone. So when motivation fades, that's when accountability really helped me a lot. People saying, okay, so how much you trying to lose now? Or, wow, Sade, when I tell you, it took me a while to buy new clothes because I guess in the back of my mind, I was like, just in case I gain it back, I ain't gotta buy more big clothes. You know what I mean? But that was just me in my head, not believing in myself back then. Okay. But when even people were pointing out that I was losing weight in my clothes, like, oh dang, Shada, you need to get a belt now. Hello, you got to get a belt now, girl. So, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I need to get new clothes, and that's the late guys too, because guys are trying to unbig their backs too. Yes, okay. This is for men and women. My wellness challenges and club are for men and women. You know, but accountability is going to last a lot longer. So if you have a friend to tell, if you have a family member, or even if you want to prove some haters wrong, say them goals out loud. One, the universe hears it. God hears what you're trying to do, and you're not trying to hurt anyone. You're trying to make yourself better, so you're better for other people. That comes back to you in accountability. So when motivation fades away, because it will, I'm sorry to tell you this, but motivation may fade away. But accountability is what really keeps you locked in. And that's why Shay's Wellness Club is a great place for your accountability sessions. Every Sunday at 6:30 Central Standard Time, okay? Shay's Wellness Club is a wellness, weight loss, and accountability group and community where we talk about weight loss in a real way. Okay, no fake stuff, no fake pills, no fake diets, just real, all the way raw, real strategies on how we can get to our goals faster. And when I say wellness, I don't always mean weight loss. I mean mindset. I mean accountability. I mean also in our bank accounts, because when we feel better, we do better, we look better, we have more confidence to get to the bag better. So, you know, when it comes to Shay's Wellness Club, this is an umbrella of how we can really take off in life. Um, so yes, tell someone your goals. Tell someone that you're going to join a challenge. Tell them about the challenge, and maybe they'll want to join the Unbig Our Back Step It Up challenge too. And also check in weekly. That's why I love Shay's Wellness Club. This is a weekly check-in. So when you come next week, we're gonna be like, what we're talking about today? Sure, guess what? I did about 2 hours last week of walking, or I walked a few weeks. So like, when you take notes like today, note takers are what? Money makers and action takers. Yes. But when you take these tips and really take at least one thing to do consistently all week, it adds up. What we talk about in Wellness Club as well is habit stacking. So think about it. Drinking more water, taking more walks, okay? Being mindful of what we're drinking on a daily basis. Having a plan for what we're going to eat, you know? That all adds up, because that's what really helped me lose over 60 pounds naturally. Habits that stacked up into consistency, right? I was consistent in drinking my half a gallon of water a day. I was consistent with meal prepping. So every day I had a plan for my meals. Being mindful of the sweets that I was eating and taking those away. So like for a whole week straight, I'm like, oh, I didn't have much sweets today. I can have one day 14, 15. You know what I mean? Habits stack up for greatness. And checking in weekly helps a lot. You know, text an accountability partner. And if you don't have one, hi, I am Sade Monroe, your wellness strategist and accountability bestie. And I'm here to help us go through this process easy, fast if possible, but consistently. So join Shay's Wellness Club. If you want more of a in-depth weekly type of assistance, I do weekly one-on-ones. I do group coaching as well. So if it's you and a friend that wants to join, but also in Shay's Wellness Club's platform, we're able to shayswellnessclub.com, and it's also listed in the description below as well. You're able to get monthly meal preps. Well, not monthly meal preps, but monthly recipes, monthly challenges exclusive for Wellness Club. Because once we are able to, uh, uh, we're gonna do multiple different challenges. And if you have ideas for challenges, let me know below, and we would love to get some ideas. Whether it's, you know, going to the gym and do once a week workouts, or outside we could do a walk in the park, or if you guys are even interested in meetups, I'm looking forward to, if not this summer, next summer, definitely doing meetups. Okay, hopefully, or if we do meetups during the wintertime, if you guys are interested in St. Louis, or virtual, even if you're interested, let me know and I can start something up. We could do virtual, we could do a nice um, venue. Let me know, I'm interested. Now, because when I realized because motivation, but I will say this, motivation got me started, but accountability kept me going. Okay, and I hope that is the same for you. And to join Shay's Wellness Club for our accountability sessions, or just come here Sunday where we can get this in every week. Now, if you have made it to the end, I appreciate you, and you may get a bonus. But for watching this far, I want to thank you. And if you inbox me today about watching to the end, or or comment below recipes, I would love to send you a complimentary recipe ebook where I have a lot of my customer favorite meal preps, and also it includes a label identifier and some really good workouts in that package. So if you inbox me or comment below recipes, I'll send you what's it? It's I'm sorry. Check out our complimentary thing, or I might put in the description the ebook. Also, for our number one mistake that the number one mistake that really hindered me from losing my weight naturally, that you could start today and fix for yourself, is you're focused on losing weight instead of becoming a healthier person. Let me say that again. The number one mistake that I would fix starting today, if I had to lose 60 pounds naturally all over again, would be you are focused on losing weight and not focused on being healthier. Once I realized to myself, this is more of a lifestyle, this is not a diet. A diet, you do it for a few months, you do it for a few weeks, and that'll be it. But a lifestyle change is forever. So you want to make sure that you're putting in your mind that I'm going to be eating like this every day. Every day, as many days as possible, at least. Okay? And you want to make sure that you're staying on track as much as possible, because what? Consistency over perfection every time. So you want to make sure that so people ask, how do I lose weight? Right? Healthy people ask, how do okay, let me say this again. People ask, how do I lose weight? Right? Healthy people ask, how do healthy people live? That is a very important distinction between the two. Once I realized, I had to look into, how do healthy people live? They walk all the time. They are mindful of what they're eating. They they don't sit too long. They don't sit still too long. They're consistent more than being perfect all the time. They're mindful of their drinking habits. They're mindful of how many calories they're intaking. They're How do healthy people live? Healthy people, they typically live not perfect, but consistent in drinking more water, meal prepping, or being mindful, or knowing what they know what they're planning to eat for that day. They're walking more. They're sleeping more too. That's another thing that I had to learn myself, is to have a better amount of sleep. Me sleeping 4 hours, 5 hours a day wasn't enough sleep. At least 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep is so typical. Because if we don't get enough sleep, that adds and spikes our cortisol, as cortisol can be linked to belly fat. Okay. Also, reading labels. Healthier people read labels because they're mindful of what we're eating. I literally just learned how these words are made to make us just switch us around. So something may say sugar free, but there are other words to substitute fake sugar. And I'm going to look into those words too, because I looked into it when I went to identifying a tortilla bread, and I was asking, what are common words should I look out for that are disguised as like healthier? And it gave me 2 words in specific. So I realized I was grabbing the, what is it, low carb, high fiber something, but there was an identifying word in there that basically was saying fake sugar or fake processed wheat or something like that. So reading labels can really give you an edge and give you a healthier lifestyle. And it doesn't take very long. Especially once you get used to it, you're going to know what each brand and what words to look for instead of having to Google them, because I still do. But also, healthy people grocery shop differently. When I say, should they be asked? They ask, Sade, how does a healthier person grocery shop differently? That's a great question. They start most of the time in the produce section. I always say, my wellness warriors, when you grocery shop, start with fresh produce. I know it may be a little crazy right now due to like the issue with the vegetables and stuff. I always wash our vegetables, clean our vegetables, make sure it's no soap, and a good vegetable wash on there, because you do notice a difference when you do and when you don't. Okay. I even wash my watermelons, even the skin on the around it. Why? Because I use the watermelon skins for teas and stuff too. But anyways, because when you're cutting, because people don't realize it, when you're cutting something like a watermelon, whatever you're cutting is getting and seeping into the watermelon. So you want to make sure you clean everything properly. But they definitely grocery shop differently. Making sure produce are first, making sure they're getting herbs and spices and not very high sodium items. Being mindful of the breads, being mindful of the pastas. It's a learning curve. It's a learning journey. But once you learn that, you can't unlearn it. Once you realize what's in hot flaming Cheetos, you can't unlearn it. Okay? And that's why a lot of people are getting sick, because we ignore the signs or we ignore the labels, but the labels are telling us everything we really supposed to know. But I don't feel any issues right now. But when you have that stomach ulcer and you're wondering from what, it's from eating too many hot flaming Cheetos and Takashis, whatever it's called. You know what I mean? Being mindful of what we're eating is going to help you so much in life. not for just you, but for the generations around you, because we need to start teaching our kids what to look for. We need to start teaching our grandparents what to look at, and also stuff like that. Okay, now I'll tell you this. I didn't lose 60 pounds. I didn't lose just I didn't lose 60 pounds because I found just the perfect diet. I lost 60 pounds because I became someone who naturally learned to choose healthier options. I made healthier decisions. And once you're consistently making healthier decisions more than sometimes you don't, but most of the time, when you're making the majority of healthier decisions, that's where the transformation is going to come from. Your body is going to have to get used to you eating healthier. Because, yeah, I don't care what guru tells you, but you're not going to lose 15, 20, 30 pounds in just 6 weeks or just 4 weeks. It doesn't work like that, you know? Your body has to get used to you eating healthy. And then once you add working out, exercises, walking, stuff like that, even and some weights too, that's going to make fat loss a lot easier to maintain, but not just maintain, but to keep off. And for my wellness warriors, my goal is to not just have you lose weight, okay? Not just to lose some inches, but to keep it off consistently. Because when you learn to how to maintain a healthier weight consistently, you're able to eat more of whatever you want. You can have the ice cream, you can have the chips once in a while, you can have the bread once in a while when you know how to properly eat things and make healthier decisions more often. So, my homework for my wellness warriors and anyone else watching this video, I want you to pick at least one of the 5 things to be consistent with this week. I want you to pick I want you to pick one healthier habit to commit to for 7 days straight. Okay? Either you walk for 7 days straight, and it doesn't have to be a whole bunch of walking, a whole bunch of miles and miles and miles, but 15 minutes if you need to start, 30 minutes if you need to start, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, bam, an hour. You do that twice a day. Oh, I think you got to 8, I think you got 10K steps, not even trying. You know what I mean? You can call a friend on the phone. Something that I need to get back used to is calling people, right? So, if you're out walking, call your friend that you need to talk to. Call a colleague. Call a family member that you need to reach out to. Call a grandparent or a parent and say, hey, what you up to? Yeah, I'm out walking. And, we don't even talk like this anymore with our phones. We got earpieces, so that's even better so we're aware of what's going on too. But staying aware is important when we're out walking. Um, okay. So you don't need not 10 habits. I don't want you to pick 10 habits. You don't have to even pick all 5 habits. I want you to pick one habit to commit to starting today. Say today I'm going to drink my water. Well, maybe not too late. But today I'm going to drink some water 2 hours before bed. Um Tonight I'm going to plan what I'm eating before I make it. I'm going to take a 10-15 minute walk before it get dark. I'm going to, be consistent in one of those 5 areas and write back to me done. And I would love to go over a session with you guys. And I want you to remember this one thing. Don't chase the weight loss. Don't chase just the weight. Become the person where the weight naturally comes off, thanks to these 5 things that helped you stay consistent. Now, out of those 5 things, which one is keeping you stuck? Out of those 5 things, which one is keeping you stuck? And let me know in the comments. I would love to have a fun, respectful discussion on which 5 that's keeping you stuck and which one are you determined to be consistent with this week. For the next 7 days, be consistent. Okay? And I say just one because one habit one habit change consistently is more powerful than trying to change your entire life overnight. Okay? Try one of those 5 and let me know in the comments which one changed your life or just helped you this week to keep going. If this video has helped you, subscribe and so you don't miss next week's weekly accountability session of Shay's Wellness Club. Every week we talk about different strategies, real strategies on how to lose weight naturally, better our habits, and ways to stay consistent. So if you're ready for accountability instead of another diet, check out Shay's Wellness Club and join our next challenge. I'd love to help you on your journey. Now, I appreciate you guys for joining me today on Shay's Wellness Club accountability sessions. Check us out next week, 6:30 Central Standard Time. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let us know in the comments what was your favorite strategy, your favorite mistake that you plan on succeeding and being more consistent with. Have a great day. Be kind. Don't take things personally. Make someone smile this week and keep God first. Have a great week. See you next Sunday. Bye.